Hey guys, what's up? Just wanted to show you a quick video here. Just let me adjust my camera for a minute. The mini bar top I'm building. Just doing a little bit of T-molding work right now. I have all the pieces here. Starting select buttons. Just kind of, doing a little work on it, getting things going. I got some pictures that you probably already saw, the beginning part of it. One of my previous videos I showed the cardboard prototype. This is basically an exact copy of the cardboard. I got all these measurements off the top of my head. I didn't get them online or anything like that. This is all from my head. So other than that, just trying to fit these little pieces in here. Just gonna do a little quick video before I go to work. Stuff's actually pretty easy to work with, as long as you have a nice sharp knife. This is all 1/2 inch MDF that I'm using for this project. I didn't want to make it too big, like the thickness of the wood. I didn't want 3/4. I think it would have taken up a lot of unnecessary room, and just would have made the inside box where there's a lot of things that I need to put different components. Yeah, just kind of getting some of the accents done. I need to wait for the artwork. I got a guy that I work with. His sister does vinyl wraps and stuff like that, so they're printing me up a bunch of custom designs that I made. I will show that in a video, probably this video, that I'm going to need to edit. But here's the rest of the pieces anyway. This is where the buttons and the joystick are going to be. This is going to get mounted in here like this, with an overhang. The artwork I have is designed off of an NES controller. Then underneath you'll have your start and select. I'm going to put a USB port here for extra game controllers if you want to do like a multiplayer setup. This piece here, well, let's put this piece in. This is where the monitor is going to get mounted. It's the Raspberry Pi 7-inch screen that sits in here like so. And then this piece, which I have to put a piece of T-molded on, which I'm going to do right now, sits in here like that. This tilts forward a little bit. Obviously everything's not mounted, this is just floating in here, but you get the basic idea of how it's going to look. On the back, I have the power mounted. It's a 3.5 millimeter jack. I bought a 12 volt 5 amp power supply that's going to plug in right here. I have that. Also the controllers and the joysticks. Let me go grab them real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay guys. Whoop. There we go. Mess here. So anyways, here's all my stuff that I haven't installed yet. This is a HDMI. It's a flush mount. You can see it here. It has these pieces, which are pretty neat. It screws in just like a joystick button. So you drill your hole, it's the same size, and you put this obviously through the wood. This comes on the back, and you can you screw it down and it tightens up against the wood. So it's a nice flush mount. That's going to go on the back side here, probably right here maybe, for an HDMI output to hook it up to a large TV. Also has a cap, because this is basically meant for a car. So it has a dust-proof cap on it, which is kind of neat. I might leave it on. You know, that would go on here like this here. Whoop. I love my camera setup. You guys should see this. I got a piece of tubing, some masking tape, the real poor man's YouTube channel, I guess you'd call it. Nothing like Drew Talks or Mad Little Pixel or any of those guys. They get all the professional stuff. I'm just, you know, just doing what I do. Yeah, see, so that would go like that, and then the cap would cover it. You know, kind of neat. I picked this up on Amazon. You can find them. You just type in flush mount HDMI setup. It's definitely a long enough cord for it. Here is, I bought all HAP style joysticks and tabs, joysticks and buttons. Let the pooch out here for a minute. HAP joystick, 8-way competition style joystick. That's going to get mounted in here. And then I also have the buttons, which I'll show you. They're all HAP micro switch buttons. I'll have 8 of those, and they're all red, like the NES controller. Like I said, the artwork that you'll see will show that. Everything was kind of separate, but it's all Suzo HAP, genuine parts. Also, I bought a kit that the coin and player 1 buttons, it came as a whole kit, so I have an extra coin button and an extra 2-player button that maybe I'll use on something else. Which is neat about these, though, they come with an LED light that lights up the button from the back side, which I thought was pretty neat. Also, I picked these up on eBay for super cheap. These are mounts for PCB boards, so I'm going to mount, the Raspberry Pi gets mounted to the bottom of the back of the monitor, so I don't need a mount for that, but for the amplifier, for the speakers, also the DC to DC converter board, because I have a 12-volt power supply, I need to knock that down to 5 volts to power the Pi, so you know, I'm going to need a converter board. Also, I'm putting a temperature sensor with a relay inside there, because I'm going to put a computer speaker in the back, probably in the center here, to get a little air circulation inside there. I know it's going to get warm with all that stuff going on, but I didn't want the fan running all the time, so on eBay they sell, you know, thermal sensor modules that will kick on a relay running on 5 volts to kick on a fan or whatever else. So once it gets to a certain temperature inside here, the fan will kick on. But when it's not hot in there, why bother have a fan blowing and hearing the noise and all that other stuff? And that's why you notice I left a slot in the bottom for air. So I'll push the air in this way, and then the air can come out the bottom. I'll show that when that part comes in. Here's the power supply. Like I said, actually it's an 8 amp. I bought the big boy, 12 volt 8 amp power supply. So there'll be no problem with supplying current to the lights for the marquee, or lighting the LEDs or anything else. There'll be plenty of power to power the Pi, power the fans, and everything else. The amplifier for the speakers. So this here just would plug in. This part plugs in like a regular computer hookup. This then goes into the wall, and this piece here just would plug right in like that there. Oh, I didn't I didn't fasten this in yet. I just stuck it in there, but the whole kit came with this here setup, so you can put your wires right in there. It's labeled positive and negative. right on it. I know you probably can't see that, but anyways, I gotta secure that from the back, but that would just plug right in, you know, like that there. So yeah, I didn't secure this, and this was like, I didn't really finish that, but it did have a nice little clean look. This little plate was actually off of a aluminum project box. I bought it on eBay for cheap money, and this is one of the side plates for it. I just typed in small aluminum project box, you know, the little boxes you put your, you know, different little computer CPU boards or whatever you got kicking around, Raspberry Pi Zeros or whatever. So this was the side plate for it, and I said, you know what, that'll look nice. So I drilled a hole in it, and you know, kind of, I could have left it, but the problem is this is wood, so to get a nice finished look, you're not really going to achieve that without putting some sort of plate or some sort of, you know, something to cover it up. Other than that, guys, there will be more added to this video, like I said. I'm probably going to have to edit some of it out, but I'm going to do a little more T-molding work here, and you know, it should look nice when it's done. All this is going to get the T-molding, like I said. I have time for maybe to put on one more piece of T-molding here. I should have put these pieces on before I installed them. It's much easier to do so because you can kind of just, you don't really have to, you know, just kind of do it like this here. And put it in like this. Push it on nice and tight, like that. They do sell a roller for this, which I should have bought, but I didn't. And then afterwards you can just take the knife and you can go right up against the wood, and it cuts it perfect, right at the edge, the way you want it. You see how it fits in there nice? They do sell an actual router bit for this, but I made one. I had a couple of dull router bits laying around. This is only MDF, and I used my Dremel and I cut it down to make that slot. Otherwise, the bits, I think the bit was $17, and then you needed another $16 auger, so it was like $32 for it. And I said, you know what? I got enough stuff kicking around the house where I could just make one. So that's kind of how you put T-molding on, guys. Pretty simple. Comes out nice. I recommend not using a piece of wood. It does to put a little, if you look down it this way here, I don't know if you can see it at all, but there's a little marring on it, but you're never going to really notice that. So this is, like I said, this is going to go in here, like that. And the marquee will be here, lit from the back. Speakers are going in here. I was gonna put them on the sides, but I think I'm gonna put them up there. I think that'll be the best spot for them. And I gotta figure out some sort of mounting bracket for the lights. And obviously all this is gonna get all red T-molding too, but I haven't put it on yet because I want to lay the vinyl on, and then you go along with a knife, and you just kind of cut the vinyl perfect, and then you put the T-molding on after to finish it. Because you put the T-molding on now, then you can run the chance of, if you have the T-molding on here, let's say like this, and you go to try to cut it, you can have a chance of shaving some of the crown molding off. You don't want to do that, because if you shave a little bit of the wood, it's not a big deal. You go back with a black magic marker and it goes away, you'll never notice it. But if you cut this, you're kind of porked at that point. So that's it for now, guys, basically. That's where I stand with the bar top, mini bar top. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one.